Good morning. Welcome to the 360 SOC corporate presentation and demo of the 360 SOC security platform. So who is 360 SOC? 360 SOC is an award-winning cybersecurity company that was founded in 2015, headquartered in Phoenix, Arizona. We're an all-US based cybersecurity operations center focused on managed detection and response and security operations center as a service. Over the last 9 years, we've been awarded top 25 MSP, top 250 MSSP, and as a top 100 security company. The coolest thing within our platform that we've made a name for ourselves with is our live chat inside the platform that's available both on the web browser and also the mobile app on Apple and Android. Everything within our platform does map to the MITRE framework as well, helping our customers educate themselves and also our team align the activity that we're seeing within the incident or alert to the MITRE framework. We're a full white glove experience. What that means to you as a customer is that we do not have tiered levels of service, inevitably delivering a better offering to our customers. So one of the most important things about 360 SOC is, and one of the things I consistently hear in the space about us is that we offer flexible solutions. And what that means to you as a customer is that we have solutions that are tailor fit for any size organization, whether you're one of the largest organizations in the world or whether you're the smallest, we have a program that meets your requirements. Here at 360 SOC, our service is number one, hands down, one of the main reasons why our customers buy 360 SOC. And really what I mean by that is our ability to either hold your hand and pull you up during an onboarding phase, or as we're doing ongoing management, being able to assist further than our competitors will, where they draw a line in the sand. Having programs that are designed for specific compliance frameworks or programs designed for specific use cases are all available here. And then also leveraging all the latest and greatest AI and automation as well. We break our programs here at 360 SOC in the Security Operations Center up into three main programs. We call them SOC as a service, XDR as a service, and MDR as a service. The main thing to know about these three programs are this is kind of like a crawl, walk, run strategy. What that means is that our MDR is our base program. Basically, what we're doing here is we're connecting to any BYO, EDR solution or antivirus solution that has an API address, has an API available for us to be able to ingest something from. We can deliver MDR on top of that, included with vulnerability scanning and our 24/7 monitoring. That also includes things like access to our mobile app. Our extended detection and response, this is more designed to compete against maybe like a company like Huntress. We actually put our host-based agent out in the field here on your workstations and servers. We backhaul that data through a separate data lake for you EBA. And we offer an Office 365 or a Google integration as part of that offering. 24/7 is included there and likewise vulnerability scanning. Our SOC as a service is our flagship program. That includes all the bells and whistles. Basically what that means is it includes SIM, which are logs, UEBA, which is behaviors, NDR, which is packets, our EDR agent, which this is not antivirus, this is a forensic agent, gives us a way to respond, gives us remote shell access, isolation access, and forensic access to the device, things like access to the MFT file tree, for example. 24/7 monitoring is included. But here we also include penetration testing, another agent called Stairwell, honeypots with things, and also this program also includes access to the mobile app as well. So let's break down these 360 SOC programs. So number one, our SOC as a service, that's going to be our flagship program, as I mentioned on the previous slide. What that means is the SOC program includes everything. So I'll focus on that. So all three programs include 24/7 monitoring. All three programs are human-based analysis. These two programs do have SIM function, this being the full SIM, our XDR just being SIM light with that Office 365 and G Suite connector. We include our Darktrace-like product here as well with NDR, so customers can put local VMs in their environment to span traffic. We'll capture the full packet there. We'll also grab the SSL and JA3 of each one of those sessions, and we'll run those through the UEBA machine learning data lake, looking for things like data exfiltration, for example. Full service UEBA, that's a separate product here. That's going to be a data lake for our customers. Basically, the thing here is to understand is if Sally were to log in at 2 a.m., she's never logged in at 2 a.m. before. Immediately, that would raise her risk score, and that would fire an incident into the Security Operations Center, triggering an investigation. UEBA is powerful for filling those gaps. I call it like the insurance of the SOC. We include SOAR in our product, our mobile app, our web GUI. That is a web portal. The 360 SOC security platform is a full service SOAR as well. So inevitably, our customers have the ability to, during the onboarding phase with us, work through custom playbooks or custom use cases that can be triggered when certain activity happens. For example, if, somebody logs in from here and then logs in China and 4 hours later, and it's impossible to travel that distance, inevitably we can use the API and we can actually block that activity in real time. I'll talk about that more in our methodology. You can see here in the Security Operations Center, we include vulnerability scanning as well. That vulnerability scanning includes the physical scanner, VM, and also agents for all the endpoints. The agents for the endpoints are nice because if you have devices that are going on and off network, the ones off network, we'll be able to still track those vulnerabilities for you. We do plug all the vulnerability data, goes right into that mobile app too as well. We'll talk about that here in a bit. Penetration testing is included. We do a monthly external, biannual internal, and biannual phish. File security is included too as well. So if you think about all these security technologies and you think about that, they address 80%, or security technologies are about 80% effective. There's 20% that's, kind of unknown, that's passing the environment, touching the endpoints. So last year we added this product called Stairwell to our offering and included it in the SOC program and the XDR program. And what's important to understand about that is that Stairwell program, basically, we feel fills a good chunk of the gap for that other 20%. And what I mean by that is Stairwell stores binary of every single file forever. And inevitably, what that means is that if something were to pop up on like an Akira ransomware report or a threat report down the way, it would trigger and show hashes. We'd be able to correlate those hashes back to the binaries that we've stored, and we would be able to see what has happened to those files and how they've changed. Stairwell is like the combination of, if you've ever used something like Hydra, it's like a Hydra with a virus total and then a threat intelligence platform all built into one, all in a Featherlot agent. So let me break these down against our competitors, because it's always good to understand kind of like, where does our SOC as a service play versus like eSentire or Arctic Wolf? These are the two vendors that I most commonly hear their customers are either using or that we're competing against pretty much in just about every opportunity. So let's go through this here a little bit. So a couple of things to point out about our SOC as a service versus the eSentire and the Arctic Wolf offering is that we all offer 24/7 something, right? We offer 24/7 monitoring. All three of us offer that back-ended on what we call SIM, which is security, information and event management. Inevitably, this is the log collection component of what we all do. We all include integrations. We have over 1,000 integrations today, 400 in the SIM, another 500 or 600 in the SOAR. At eSentire and Arctic Wolf, there's going to be preferred technologies that they would like to integrate with, so they'll have limited integrations. Network detection and response. This is kind of how Arctic Wolf was built, but for us, network detection and response is powerful because we include it. That's our dark trace-like product. If you're going to get that from Easton Tire, that's going to be leveraging some sort of like a third-party vendor. UEBA. So unlike most of our competitors that are using some type of rule-based behavioral detection within the SIM, we're using machine learning here and a separate data lake actually to do it. That's where I talked about during the NDR phase here, where we're going to parse out those SSL and JA3 of each one of the sessions, and we can run that through this same data lake looking for things like data exfiltration and phishing. The common UEBA use cases around identities, as I mentioned earlier, will be something like Jim logging in at 2 a.m. or Jim making a bunch of object changes or making changes in AD. All of that's going to be raising the risk score. As your users are doing things that are abnormal, their risk score will be raising. I call this like the insurance policy of the SOC. Security orchestration, automation, and response is included in our program. This is going to be more SOAR light here at Arctic Wolf, and same also with Easton Tire. We all include an agent on the endpoints for log collection. Some might use like an NX log agent. Our agent's powerful because, as I mentioned earlier, it gives us access to a remote shell. That remote shell gives us the ability to eradicate. We include vulnerability scanning in our program. That's going to be all add-ons for Arctic Wolf and Easton Tire. So something to keep that in mind there. Our program is really designed, number one, to fight the fight for you. Number two, to help you with hygiene and drift. Number three, to give you single pane of glass management with us so that, you have a common spot and a common spot for us. And compliance. Penetration testing is included too. We're doing that again to help track drift in the environment. Drift is the stated control versus what is actually being done in the environment. For example, something there that we caught recently was one of our customers had one of their IT folks that basically spun up a server, left the default password on it, got up from it, and left it there for weeks. And we were able to log into that server, take control of it during one of our periodic internal pen tests. And that for them was powerful. And inevitably, that's these things that end up in everyone's environment. It goes back to like firewall configurations as well, where, it's a lot easier to go any first and then lock it down to the port level. But if you get up in between, now you've created an exposure. So that's what we're looking for here with our penetration testing programs. File security with Stairwell, we're going to be the only one that includes that as well. Honeypots, that's going to be us too. Although at Arctic Wolf, you can add that on. Premium support, this is a huge differentiator for us. We're the full white glove experience. If you'd like to have periodic calls with us, you would like to drink coffee with us in the morning, all of that is possible. At our competitors, they're going to call those things like concierge service, and it's going to be an extra level of service. All of us include human-based threat hunting. Biggest differentiator for us is ours is with proof. I'll talk about that more here coming up. So why do customers buy 360 SOC? Well, it kind of goes into this, right? It goes into this that our customers have families. Our customers go on date nights. Our customers don't work 24/7. Our customers might operate 24/7, but IT might not be 24/7. Every organization has a unique use case, right? Well, part of designing our 360 SOC security platform was that the main thing that we wanted to solve was we wanted to be able to bring the security operations center down to the fingertips, right? No matter where you are, what time of day it is, we want to give you ease of access. And that's really our number one differentiator. And our number one differentiator we call is the bad guy versus hero. And basically what that is, if you're a mother or a father or you're out on a date night, and all of a sudden you're an IT professional, security professional, and your phone goes off. And if you're at the soccer game and it's your kid's soccer game, there's nothing worse than having to get up from that soccer game and have to go take that work call. And including, there's nothing worse than if your kid sees you go take that work call and it's like mom or dad, there they go again, taking the work call, can't step away. So we've made it as easy as possible for you to actually get us the information back timely and quickly, but also for you to stay looking like the hero, making those games, staying at those date nights. And most importantly, what we've done is we've taken our whole platform and we've driven it down all the way down to, or drilled it all the way down to the mobile application. Inside the mobile application, it gives you the ability to see all your alerts, everything you can see in the web application, you can see in the mobile application, which is fantastic, including all of your vulnerabilities, reporting, and the ability to download reports. There's always that use case when you're in a board meeting, you need to grab that executive report so you can show the current status of, or the current risk of the environment. And it's always painful to try to get it. Right now it's available on your fingertips in a mobile app. Number two here that we feel is the second biggest differentiator for us is we break down the barriers when it comes to the customer and service provider relationship, okay? That customer service provider relationship has been broken for years. It doesn't work. Inevitably, it gets one organization or the other pointing fingers back and forth. You did this, you didn't see that, this didn't work, this was supposed to do that. And that whole model is just broken. It doesn't work. So here at 360 SOC, we give you the tools to make this more like we're an extension of your team. Inevitably, we're a partner to you, or this is a partnership. Our platform is enabled with live chat. We encourage our customers to use the live chat. If they use the live chat within the platform, we give them a 5-minute service guarantee, 24/7, 365. Breaking down those barriers, creating a collaborative environment where you know that we're just minutes away, which is fantastic. There's probably better response time there in 5 minutes than at most internal teams. Additionally, during things like onboarding and the lifecycle management of your account with us, our head of customer success does a fantastic job of facilitating those technical requirements and also helping when you guys are slipping or falling down. We're there to lift you back up. And inevitably, what that is creating a massive partnership between us. The third biggest differentiator for us is we have built all the latest and greatest automation and AI into the platform. Our ultimate goal of how we leverage AI is to humanize everything that comes into the SOC so that easily you can jump into that mobile app or that web app and you can jump in there and you can take a look at an incident or alert. You can read on this inside the notes or the chat there exactly what the rehumanized version of the alert is. From there, you can then follow down the escalation with us or the alert to closure with us. If additionally, we give our customers the power to be able to launch activity from that platform, helping streamline the process with us. This is the power of the 360 SOC security platform. So our methodology, this is key. This is how we deliver our SOC services and our MDR services. So everything that crosses the security path will follow this slide here. Basically what this is this is a stepped process of basically what we do with alerts inside of our platform from the underlying technologies. So let's assume you're buying our SOC as a service. If we're gonna deliver SOC as a service, what we've been talking about here today, we're gonna deliver you SIM, that separate data lake for UEBA. You may or may not use NDR depending on your environment. We're going to give you agents for all your endpoints to ease the log collection, but also to give us the ability to respond to the alert all the way through the eradication process. We allow you to bring your own SIM. So if let's say you already have a SIM, you're a Splunk customer, QRadar, Alien Vault, whatever it is that you're using today, it's been built out, you're heavily invested in it. You don't have to use our NetWitness platform. We're happy to manage your Splunk. We would just not be delivering these product sets. You would be giving us access to your environment, which is fine. We also have some customers that are running NetWitness, plus they run their own Splunk because of some legacy processes or the ability or contracts. They keep dual running. They're not duplicating the data. Some data that was already sent here, the rest will come here. All of your integrations, we support over 1,000 of them total. All of those integrations will be supported as long as there's security value. That security value can be either sent to the SIM or ingested directly to the platform. The magic starts happening once we ingest something into the platform. And what I mean by that is step 2 of our process is to enrich the alert. And this is all before any human touches anything. So the first thing we're going to do once we ingest an alert is we're going to enrich it. Once we enrich that alert, basically what that means is we're going to parse out all the IPs, hashes, URLs, all those indicators, and we're going to run those through threat intelligence. Once we run those through threat intelligence, we're going to assign them a severity rating, high, medium, low. Based upon that severity rating, we're going to trigger the next action. Additionally, in this step, we're going to pair in the latest vulnerability data as well so that the analyst can pivot over and look to see if there's a vulnerability that's potentially being exploited on a device. And that's the reason for the incident. Alerts like that come in, for example, something like from Microsoft where somebody logs in at your corporate office, then 10 minutes later logs in China. All of that will trigger down to the automated response step and immediately we'll do an account disablement. Same thing goes here. If we see that malware has been executed on the device, immediately we'll put that device in isolation. Based upon these steps here, we'll trigger our next step here. That could be simply doing something like a scan of the device. Once it gets through this step here, we'll flow into the false positive detection engine. What that means for us, we call that a split of the workload. Basically, we're creating an audit bucket and a live queue. At this point here, any alert that goes into the audit queue, a human will still triage every single day. So all alerts will get a full human analysis, but inevitably we're splitting the workload. We're splitting that workload because what we find is that the things that are hands down known and the things that are hands down bad are easy to handle. The things that are coming in between or there isn't much data on, those are the things that require the human analysis and they need it quicker and faster to a point through remediation. The total time period to go from an ingested alert through to a human is 90 seconds. So this whole time period is pretty rapid fast. Advanced threat hunting is also included in our program. That advanced threat hunting is with proof. We document all the times that we hunt, the queries that are run, and also who perform those tasks. We're pretty unique in the industry there. I don't know of anybody else that has that type of granularity for documentation in their hunting that's available on call for any customer. Additionally, the last component would be reporting. We include 4 reports per week. That's going to be a 7-day alert incident report and a Windows type report